Hello everyone, my individual presentation is about Delhaize. Most of you will know Delhaize. It's a well-known supermarket chain here in Belgium. I will tell you why investing in Delhaize can be a good idea. To show this, I will use some graphs of different ratios. Another important aspect are the shares and their price. To end my presentation, I will make a conclusion if it's a good idea to invest in Delhaize. First of all, there are the current ratio and the quick ratio. These are liquidity ratios. By preference, these ratios are a bit higher than 1. You can see that the graphs of the current and quick ratio are fluctuating during the previous 4 years. Sometimes the rate is higher than 1, sometimes it's lower. But these ratios can be misleading. They say nothing about the activities of the company. These scores are only reflecting one moment at the end of each year. Secondly, there is the return on equity. This is a profitability ratio that measures the income for what the shareholders invested. During 2015 and 2016, they were not doing that well. But in 2018, the return on equity was skyrocketing. In 2019, the rate was decreasing again. Then there are the efficiency ratios. The first one is the asset turnover ratio. This ratio says something about how good a company is using its entire asset base. The asset turnover ratio is slightly increasing on the graph, so the company is doing well on that aspect. The second and third efficiency ratios are the inventory turnover ratio and the average days in inventory. The inventory turnover ratio compares the inventories to the cost of goods sold. Except for 2016, this ratio is stable. The graph of the average days in inventory is also stable, except for 2016. The number of days in inventory was skyrocketing that year. It is normal for a supermarket that they have a relatively big inventory. Now I will have a look at the shares. You can see two graphs. The first one shows the evolution of the price for one share during this year. In March, the price was falling down very quickly. This because of the corona crisis. After that, the price started increasing again. If you look for a trend and you don't take the decrease because of the corona crisis into account, you can say that the price is slightly increasing. The second graph shows the price evolution for one share during the past 5 years. There was a decrease in 2017. After that, you can see an increasing trend. Today, one share costs about 24 euros. I would like to end my presentation with a conclusion. Investing in Delhaize can be a good idea if you are looking for an investment on a long term without taking a lot of risks. The return on equity is not that big for some years, but then the investor receives mostly a high dividend. This can be a result of using profits for reinvesting in the company. Not all their ratios were that good, but if you look at the price of the shares during the years, it's relatively stable and it's increasing slightly. Because of this stability, there are no big risks attached to investing in Delhaize. A long-term investment is recommended because the price of the shares isn't increasing really fast and the return on equity is not that big every year. So this was my presentation. If you have some questions, you can place them in the comments. Thank you for listening.